So we're going to take you into the office. So the renovation's probably taken us about 3 weeks. And we're going to just shut the old door. Give you guys a little look around. So just behind the door here, a huge selection of vintage plastic sticks. So you'll see here we've got, let's have a look, we've got some SAMs, STX SAMs. Cool navy one there, Syracuse, Virginia. Got some high walls. Really cool, these old dies. England high wall. Limited edition golden high wall. We've got a couple of Excaliburs there. This is actually the very first generation of Excalibur. You'll notice that this is a later one here, because it's got this kind of bridge on the throat area, as where this one doesn't. Got a cool Viper there. SDX Dominator, still with its tag. Proton Plus. This was a Hydra dipped one. SDX for a short period did Hydra dipped heads. Now we've got a huge collection of wooden sticks. All the way down there. Now, a lot of these are Etienne's. Whoop. Excuse the dodgy camera work, still getting used to this gimbal. So we've got here a Dulux Special, another Dulux Special here, another Dulux Special, and another. Some Etienne Martins, the Superboys, the old Superboy stamp on the side. A couple of Benedicts. And with the red string in there is Benedict Field Stick. Some of the artwork as well. Really cool Syracuse poster by Bob Congy. Oh yeah. Jesse Hubbard signed poster in the corner there. poster there from the 1998 World Games. Another cool Syracuse poster there by Bob Conjee again. A nice signed Syracuse team poster there. And here is a print which is by Chief Oren Lyons. I'm going to show you some more of his artwork in a minute actually. Poster there from the Manchester 1994 World Games. Kyle Harrison signed jersey there. So got some of our mesh supplies there. Stringing area. Some of our spools here. These are all the spools that are on the go, all our leathers. So around the corner here, got some more wooden sticks here around the corner. We've got vintage brine corner as well around here. Well, there's a rare stick. PL60 brine box stick. PL66, never used. PL77 there, great condition. Some early brine plastic. And up here, again, some early brine sticks there. Some super lights. Good friend of mine's Old England jersey. Little retro corner here. Let's go around the corner here. And we can see we've got a vintage SDX wall again. So we've got the goalie sticks. The 73s. Again, this is a pretty rare stick here. So this was SDX's box stick. Can't imagine these were too popular when they first came out. A lot of box players would refer to it as Tupperware. See here on this stick here. It's hard to find these now, but the this kind of stringing tab that SDX attempted. I thought a lot of those would have broken back in the day. Let's pull one off there. The kind of racing stripe die. The cool print there. This limited edition print was done for the 1994 World Games in Manchester. We've got a small collection of old vintage helmets here as well. Now these two here are a little unusual. We think these might have been made in the UK, possibly by Tony Shallcross up in Marple. We've got a huge collection of jerseys. There's loads more in the men's shop. Don't come across too many of those. San Francisco Dragons jersey. A long defunct MML team. A couple of signed Lizards jerseys. Signed Princeton one there. Again, there's one of Carl Harrison's jerseys, which is signed on the back. Oh no, tell a lie, it's signed on the front, that one. It's a New Jersey Pride jersey. And above the door here, I mentioned earlier about the Chief Orange Lions artwork. So here's some more of his prints. Then up above the door, signed Syracuse jersey there. Iroquois jersey from the last World Championships, which one of my old coaches was actually the manager of the Iroquois team, Scott Burnham. That was a gift he gave to me last January, actually. We've got John Grant Jr.'s jersey there from 2006, which is signed. We've got another really cool team signed Syracuse poster by Bob Conji. And this is one of my favourite prints at the moment, by an artist called Jim Fenzel. So we'll get a little closer. It's titled Red White Scrimmage. You can see there is Cornell players from different eras taking part in the scrimmage. Very, very cool. So we've got some more old Woodies here. So this one here is a Love's Gold medal. We've got a Smith Special. And this one here which is a Curvis Duke Special. I'm not sure if you can see the stamp on the inside there. Now this one here has seen better days. This is an English-made stick by Hattersley's. This was actually donated to me by Stockport Lacrosse Club. Down here you can see the stick once belonged to a gentleman called L.B. Johnson. And this took part in a game in 1907 in front of a crowd of 3,000 players. 3,000 spectators. against a team from Canada called the Capitals, which I think at the time were the district champions in Ottawa, who were on tour in the UK. And on the door here we've got a switch shooter. Pretty hard to find these. Some really good condition, this one. So it's a plastic stick, moulded from a woody. Actually found the moulds for this abandoned in a field in Canada. I'm pretty sure the mould is on display in the Canadian Hall of Fame. Got some custom team gloves up here. Ohio. Got the LA Riptide. Hopkins. These were some custom gloves that Epic did for the World Championships in Israel. And you can see here, these were done for the LXM. So I don't know if you remember the LXM a few years ago. Adrenaline Showcase, Bayhawks, some Princeton gloves. Talking of LXM, there's some LXM jerseys up there. I always like the LXM jerseys, they're a little bit different. That one there, hard to make out his number because it's all folded over, but that's signed on the back by Carl Harrison, number 18. Got some more jerseys up here. Look, big selection of MML jerseys. Blaze, Ohio Machine, Boston Cannons. That Cannons one's team signed on the back. USA jersey. Can't remember off the top of my head which year that was from. Duke jersey there. Got an old Cannons jersey. We're going to post some information up on our Instagram actually about this Goldstein jersey. Got some interesting history with that actually. One of the early Bayhawks jerseys there. Now for all you guys that collect old plastic sticks, there you go. There's a rare one, SCX Arrow. I mentioned earlier about the hydro dipped heads that SCX did. There's an unused SCX Bionic. Next to it there is the Octane. Now, I've not actually received it yet, but this is the second generation of Octane. They changed the scoop. The original one had like a rounded scoop. So hopefully I'll have that in the collection soon, the rounded scoop one. Again, pretty hard to find those because they used to break. Repurposed umbrella stand here for some of the Sams and the 73s I couldn't squeeze on the wall. Some of my prides and joys here. Alf Jacques stick. Now next to it on the right, you don't see many of these. This is a lead flex. There's a couple down on the end here, which my friend Justin Skaggs made. So we've got the Field on the right and the Box Pro to the left of it. That one's a Mitchell Brothers It's actually signed down the side here by the Wales team I coached in 2010 World Games. There's loads more woodies in that men's shop. Well, I'm going to go into the office now. So this outer area here, like a stringing area. This will be for like dye prep for laying in vinyl. Round the corner is where our light box. Just take some of the photographs for the website and custom sticks. So yeah, as you go into the inner office, if you like, this is where Sam usually sits and strings. See a whole load more MML jerseys. So we've got signed there by Gary Gate. I'm kicking myself for not taking this to LaxCon last year and having Paul sign it as well. Signed Carl Harrison poster. Carl signed that for me back in 2010. And at the same time, Brett Hughes signed this one for me. I was trying to get Brett to come out and play in a couple of summer tournaments. There's a little message there from Brett saying, Jason, can't wait till we play together. Oh, we never did get to play together, Brett. I'm going to hold you to that. One day we're going to play in an old man tournament. Very cool UNC helmet. Can't actually make out the signature on these Iroquois gloves. Again, another gift that my friend Scott Burnham gave me. Iroquois helmet. For a while I actually had and played in one of these Iroquois helmets. I coached the England team back in, under 19s England team back in '99. And I traded this on the last night of the tournament with one of the Iroquois players. But like I say, it's a long time ago. No idea what happened to that helmet I used to wear, but it was exactly the same as this one. Didn't have the decal on the side. I think this is one the seniors wore. Another signed Syracuse poster there. I mentioned Alf before. There he is. Alf signed that at LaxCon a few years ago. Now, it's funny. So, he said, who's to sign it to? I said, if you sign it to Northern Soul Lacrosse. Now, he put Keep the Faith on here, which is funny because Keep the Faith is one of our taglines for the business, but I never told Alf that. A little interesting story for you. And here's two interesting pieces here. It's by a Maryland artist called Guy Fairlam. There's another one here. Again, if you collect vintage plastic sticks, another pretty rare stick, the Warhawk. There's a Ryan Powell signed Poster there. Poster there from the 2010 World Championships. Where's it, Manchester? I've got some more gloves up here. Can't remember now without checking the glove, putting the camera down, but there's a pair of signed Bayhawks glove there. Some Hopkins gloves. I've got the same Hopkins gloves which Dave Petramala signed, but they're sitting in the men's shop. Some custom Maryland gloves. Lemoyne. Maryland. This is pretty cool. So this little woody here is by Evan Cree at Traditional Lacrosse. But on the side of it is actually put our logo. So again, see, Northern Soul, keep the faith. Let's pop that back on there. And it sits just over another signed piece of Syracuse memorabilia. Funny, I've got loads and loads and loads of Syracuse memorabilia signed, but I've actually always been a Hopkins fan, but I have very little signed Hopkins gear. Again, another signed Syracuse jersey. This was actually from last season, which actually didn't get completed. I can't remember the year off the top of my head, but this is from the Navy team that made the Final Four. Now there's a great player. Remember Dingman? Guy was huge. That jersey was James Pennell's. We've got a Princeton signed jersey in the corner here. Very cool Maryland die there. It says Sportscraft on the side of this, but I'm pretty certain this was a Patterson stick. Patterson. I've got some more cool team gloves at the top here. Those are signed by Marcus Holman. It's my high machine gloves. Got the black hat UNC gloves. Another pair of cool UNC gloves. Again, I can't remember whose signatures are on this, but I think it's 3 signatures on that Lizards glove. Princeton, Virginia, Duke, UNC, Loyola. Got the Pride gloves here. Again, long defunct MML team. Some Loyola gloves. Hopkins, UMass, Duke. We've got some old leather gloves there. Some Cooper Lacrosse gloves made in Barbados. Those look brand new. Pair of gloves from the MML All-Star Games. I mentioned earlier I coached England in 1999. That's a poster there from the events. Another cool Syracuse poster there, again by Bob Congy. Have a look online for Bob Congy. Did a whole load of different custom Syracuse posters. There's 2 or 3 I'm hoping to acquire still. Down here, some more Woodies. These are all Lallies. So that's a Lallies boys box. Lallies extra special. Club special over here. This one here is stamped Canadian YMCA on the inside, if you can make that out. Lallies boys. Can't remember what model that one is. Another Lallies. So we've got 1, 2, 3 pretty early long sticks there. Now I think, can't be 100% sure, I think those are all Hattersley sticks. I could be wrong, because they are so dirty on the inside. This one's all taped up, as you can see. In fact, this one's definitely not Hattersley's one because it hasn't got the Hattersley stamp, but this one's filthy on the inside. But we do have an early Hattersley's goalie stick. Now this stick, again, this was actually donated to me from Stockport Lacrosse Club. Really interesting. This used to belong to a gentleman called Jack Griffiths. There you go. It's the same stick he used when he played in the exhibition game of lacrosse at the 1948 Olympics at Wembley Stadium between England, I'm not quite sure how to pronounce that, Rensselaer Institute, who were the champions of the USA. Scores 5-5. 5th of August 1948. And look at this, played in front of 60,000 spectators. Who'd have thought you'd see a game in the UK with 60,000 spectators? Now I mentioned Hattersley, so Hattersleys were a UK manufacturer of sticks. They're actually a competitor of ours. They no longer make wooden sticks. There's the Hattersleys there. These are all boys' Hattersleys, or men's ones, so it's pretty hard to find the men's Hattersley sticks. The women's ones are 2 a penny. And this one has got a plastic gut wall. It's the only men's one I've seen with a plastic gut wall, actually. Sure, there's others out there. You quite often see them on the women's Hattersleys. There's a sports craft which a friend of mine, Chris Wilson, renovated. It's in great condition. And here we've got a poster from the 1986 World Championships in Toronto. And I even managed to track down an 86 Canada dyed STX Excalibur. There's my participation certificate from 2006. I coached the Finnish national team that year. Again, that was hosted by Canada. And this is pretty cool. Scholastic Coach, 1932. Here we've got the Misco Warrior. We've actually got a mini stick of that as well over by the desk here. There you go. There's the mini stick. First company to actually make a mini stick. Misco Warrior from Cockeysville. More team gloves. We've got the George Catlin prints. I've actually seen the originals of these. There's a Great Lakes style stick there. And here in the corner, these plaques belong to Paul Gates. And now they're sitting in my office. Pair of PG-22 gloves, again signed by the Syracuse team. I always wanted a pair of these gloves when they first came out, but the SGX distributor at the time, Hattersley's, I don't remember them stocking these gloves. That's one of the reasons it's always been so important for us to stock all the latest and newest gear. This was a promo done for the 2010 World Championships. Number 16 there. A friend and teammate of mine who lives out in the States now, Mark Reynolds. Hell of a player. Memorabilia there from the World Championships in 1998. Played at Johns Hopkins University in Baltimore. Again, here's some cool pictures here. So these came out of a publication called Boys Own Paper. So I hope you've enjoyed the tour of the office. There's a couple of other interesting bits of memorabilia here. So I've just picked these up. This is pretty cool. You just get this put in a frame. Another great artist there, Vincent Ricasio. And check him out, The Art of Lax on Instagram. Right, I better go and do some work, but I hope you enjoyed a little tour. For all those guys asking where the other wooden sticks are, there's a load of wooden sticks in the men's room as well. I ran out of space. There's still a few small spaces to put some artwork up. I'm just waiting on a few things to come back from the framer at the moment, but I'm going to fill these little gaps up. There'll be no gaps anywhere. So I hope you enjoyed the tour. And when social distancing and coronavirus allows us to, we'd like to welcome you back into the shop. It's been difficult the last year. So we spent probably 6 months of the year closed to the public, which has been a little frustrating to say the least. But you can find us online. Talking of which, here we go. At northernsoulsportswear.com. Take care, guys.